See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's Dunlap. Welcome to the Red State Update Podcast. This is my little friend Jackie.
Yeah.
Shrinking.
What?
Every day you shrink just a little bit more.
No,
I think people remember you, if they remember you at all, as a normal-sized man. But now I'd say you're miniature.
I ain't miniature. Everybody
You're
gets
a miniature little Jackie.
Everybody gets a little smaller older they get. But I ain't that damn small. What are you talking about?
I want to pick you up and put you in my pocket.
All right.
But don't touch them cheese crackers in there. They're for later.
What?
Don't touch them cheese.
Shut your mouth.
Jackie, what a week.
Huh?
What a week we had this week.
There's a lot of stuff happening right now. But, it's been that way for a little while.
This was a good week for people who believe that we're doomed. Not a good week for the optimist, I would say. Not a good week for the person with a song in his heart saying, just wait till next week. This was more of a week that validates the gloomy and the brokenhearted.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that. I'm excited to sit here and talk about how awful things are. And I know people are excited to listen to us talk about how awful things are as if they didn't already know themselves.
I think people like to live through a week of crushing disappointment and unbelievable insanity, barely make it through, lie there on the floor, the cold, cold floor, to rest their weary head, trying to catch their breath. Drunk, maybe, passed out, fell down there. Just sort of lost their balance because equilibrium of the world is off.
Yeah.
And after living through this week, what people like more than anything is to turn on a podcast and live through it again.
Yeah. We're going to take you step by step through each and every awful moment that happened. It just seemed you get one bigger on top of the next one, on and on. We're going to go through the list right now. So what's a big one? I guess Acquitted, but that's not really that bad, to be honest with you. No, everybody knew that was going to happen.
Let's just go in day order. Let's just start at the beginning.
Okay, what's the first day? What happens?
Before we even get to Acquitted.
Okay.
Well, you had the Iowa caucuses where people were looking forward to, like, if we're going to beat Trump, we got to beat him at the ballot box. That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
We ain't going to beat him in the halls of Congress. We got to beat him at the ballot box at this point in time. And here come the Iowa caucuses full of starring a string of star quarterbacks for the Democratic Party, the people that are going to crush Donald Trump beneath their heel.
The only hope we have, depending on who you give a damn about, whichever one of them. Yeah.
That went bad.
Yeah.
As bad. Like, I imagine, like a lot of things in this country, it went bad all the time, but we didn't have cell phones.
It always went terrible. We had a chance to go to Iowa or New Hampshire, and I was like, well, what's the difference? And we ended up going to New Hampshire, but this caucus and stuff never has made any sense. They rarely get anything right. I don't know why so many people invest everything into it anyway.
I didn't know it was this made up.
Neither did I. But here we go. I get what you're saying. What was really the bad thing about it was nobody showed up. I heard from somebody on the phone, some man, we were expecting 200, 300 people tonight in my district, and we had less than 100. So,
even in Iowa, they don't care.
But if you already knew it was a bunch of bull anyway, like, I ain't going to go stand in a corner. At some point, don't you just quit? If you had to sit through how many, let's say you went through the last two's enough, 2 Iowa caucuses where you went there to the gymnasium, wherever the hell you went, you stood in the corner, went over there, and then, how are you going to do a third? You going to do that for a third time?
I blame Netflix.
Wow.
People just don't want to leave a house. So, we knew it was fucked up over there. I didn't know it was that fucked up.
Don't say it that way, but yeah.
People were bashing it before it happened, saying Iowa only has white people. Iowa caucuses are bad for people who are disabled, who work jobs where they can't just pick up and leave to go stand in a corner. Or the disabled. Listen, if you're disabled and you have a job, please don't tell my mama, because she's going to throw you up in my face every time I ask her for money. But already, there was a lot of discrimination built into the Iowa caucuses. This is the first in the nation to set up. I mean, we wouldn't have Obama if it wasn't for Iowa.
Wow.
And right, I mean, that's where he surged. And it was like, oh, Obama.
He's going to be the one.
And nobody got that surge this time.
No.
Are we ever going to, now we just have decided we can ignore Iowa. This was the argument before, you can't ignore Iowa. And now it turns out, oh yeah, we all would have been better off.
Turns out you can, yeah. Should have.
A lot of conspiracies.
That's a bunch of, if it's a conspiracy or somebody just being a damn idiot, I'm always going to pick being a damn idiot over, a conspiracy. That's just me personally. I just think I didn't know what the hell. I don't know first thing about computers or any of what the apps is or what any of that is. But if you getting something like that and spending all your time, here's the thing, it's going to work. It's going to get better, and we're going to have results back faster than we've ever had before. This is, from here on, it's a whole new thing. Iowa caucus, you wait and see. Turns out they're right, but not in the way that they were hoping for or saying for it anyway.
Don't give people from Iowa an app. They can't turn the flashlight off on their phone.
Yeah.
Their roads all go through cornfields. Like they're just rows in cornfields. Like all the interstate system in Iowa just goes through cornfields. They got
that do something to your head if that's all you drive.
All you see is corn
all the time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's going to do something to you. You may not know it right off the bat, but in the back, the beginnings of rumblings have started. Yeah, that does something to a person's mind.
Loose meat sandwiches. They eat loose meat sandwiches. It's just like loose hamburger meat on a bun. That's one of their big fast food chains.
Yeah.
No wonder they hurt Democratic unity. They can't even get their hamburgers to stick together. Buttigieg declared victory. And I guess everybody's mad at him. Oh, look at this weasel, little weasel. Everybody hates Buttigieg on Twitter.
Yeah.
But being a weasel is what politics is all about. I'm not defending this man.
I ain't defending the process of anybody being a weasel, but I mean, we all know that's half of what it is. You have to, it's like you, in order to get through it, you have to be not so much of a weasel or amount of weaselness that's acceptable, or if you're lucky, you're a weasel and nobody catches on. Of course, those days are over. That's with the computers on and everybody saying something.
Bernie's not really a weasel, though, is he?
I don't know.
Of course, he declares victory. He does not. He actually did pretty good during the Iowa thing. He was saying, "No, everybody calm down."
When he's telling his supporters, don't start again. This is what I think. I think of DNC because they caught so much bull from the Sanders people last time around, them being weasels or conspiracy, the DNC, Hillary. I think they tried to make a bunch of changes so that didn't happen again, but unfortunately, it just made the whole thing a hell of a lot worse.
So don't change.
Well, don't try to fix something that's broken already. You're just going to break it more, it seems to me.
They need to make Iowa great again.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well.
No.
Not that, no.
Forget it. Just forget Iowa in general.
Let's just pretend. You can't tell Buttigieg to forget Iowa. You can't tell him, and you can't tell Sanders. For that matter, you can't tell Biden because he's like, well, hell, we missed,
Yeah, boy, he tanked.
It is, Joe. No, I mean, some people say he's the only hope, whatnot, but it's Joe. It's Joe Biden.
Remember when we thought he was an idiot and we weren't scared to say it?
It was fun to say it. What do you mean? It was
now
fun.
it's like, I mean, he is, but shit, I hope he can beat Trump.
Yeah. Fire against fire, maybe. I don't know.
Listen, we'll be pulling for you, Joe, if you
somehow pull New Hampshire off, if we're talking to that, all for you, but we're still going to call you idiot. I don't care.
You should have just declared that you were the winner, too.
Might as well have.
I mean, Bernie Sanders people so mad at Pete Buttigieg for declaring himself. Can you believe that Pete Buttigieg declared himself the winner? By the way, Bernie Sanders was cheated out of the thing. Bernie Sanders won in 2016. They just cheated. They just took it away from him. Bernie Sanders won that poll. Bernie, we're pulling for you, too, for that matter. I hope go with God, young man, old man.
Sure.
Want you to clear your throat on television for the next 4 to 8 years.
You just said Biden should have declared victory. Look at the other side, and I don't mean to start going down this a little too earlier, right now, but I mean, they do nothing but lie. They do lies all the time, and it works for them. Everybody knows they're lying. Biden just come out and say you got the nomination tomorrow. If you want it that bad, the hell with New Hampshire and Super Tuesday, just come out and say, no, I got the nomination. I don't know what they're doing. Just take a card from the other side. Whichever one. I ain't for Biden. I ain't pulling here. We'll talk about him. Whichever one of y'all want to do
Klobuchar.
Klobuchar, come out. Like, no, the nomination is mine. Sorry. Just start campaigning, running ads that you running for president. Just do it. Just lie. It don't make a damn difference.
It probably helps you.
How don't it help you? That's all that happens now. They lie. Well, they can't get away with this. Well, shit. Excuse my language, but I just can't. I'm at the point now, it don't matter what to do.
Can you imagine spending a year in Iowa talking to Iowans just out there every weekend, just day in, day out here in the last few months, eating them loose meat sandwiches, going to state fairs, driving through one cornfield after another, never stopping the car to burn one down like Poop Buttigieg.
Wow.
That's his name.
Poop
Buttigieg.
Beetlejuice.
Poop Beetlejuice strikes me as a pyromaniac.
I see him burn something up, yeah.
Just sitting there, his teeth glowing in the light of the blaze. I think those people, more than the volunteers who knocked on doors from Davenport to whatever another town is, if I were the politicians, I would be so mad at wasting all that time in Iowa.
Yeah.
Like somebody tricked you into living in Iowa for a year, and you get nothing for it.
No, not a damn thing.
Like it's not even like somebody won or lost. I mean, you can kind of tell that Pete Buttigieg did too well.
It's not you do get one thing from it, just more of a damn headache. It's just worse. Like you did all that to make it worse for yourself. There's no reason to be there.
So we're off to a great start, 2020. That was Monday. Tuesday, State of the Union.
I didn't look at it, but I read about it, and there you go. What, Rush Limbaugh?
He gets the...
Gets your award,
I mean... He probably would have got it even without the cancer. Not this time, but it's somebody... It could have... Hey, why don't you give it to Rush Limbaugh?
Oh, yeah, he said.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But he got cancer, and I think it just jogged their memory.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Although, honestly, for what Trump wanted, giving it to him without him having cancer would have accomplished that goal much more triumphantly.
Sure.
Just for no reason, giving Rush Limbaugh the Medal of Freedom.
That's more of it out of his playbook, I think.
I mean, because he's got cancer now, it just seems like kind of a wasted gesture.
A little weak of the president. He wants to be strong. That's a fault on his part.
Giving awards to cancer people. Not pretty beta.
Yep.
Pretty beta.
Yep.
I thought you were alpha. Anyway, so Rush Limbaugh got one of them. Nancy Pelosi ripped up her copy.
People mad as hell about that. She just do it. Now look, that's like, Klobuchar saying, I have a nomination. Pelosi's the only one that really knows how to play this game with them. Because he lays out a bunch of bull, then she does something that's a bunch of bull last after that, and everybody talk about what she did instead of, so she's got this game. She's the closest one that's got any kind of game like this down with him. I don't know anybody else.
She wadded it up, throwed it at his head. That would have been, just watching that bounce off his gross
back of his head. It would have stuck to that hair, though.
Oh, yeah, it would have. Oh, man.
We got stuck in
what
there.
What a gift.
Anything that sticks in that, go up against that hair, sticks right in it. It ain't getting loose.
And so, people mad. This tells me it worked, because people who normally delight in every little thing he does to make people mad, all the snowflakes, all the triggered, they were on their high horse like, how dare she? And you lose power, we have learned. Anytime you say, how dare, there are laws in this country. I mean, we've been saying that for 4 years, and we've got nowhere. So when we put them back, she should be arrested for then we know that we did something right.
Yeah.
I finally kind of understand how Trump people feel, because I don't know if that was a good idea or not. I don't know if she did the right thing. I don't know if she's playing into his hands ultimately, but it felt really good to watch her do it.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's all they want.
Doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong.
Or if it's going to pay off in the long run or not.
Just right there in the moment. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, felt pretty good. State of the Union, terrible. So he gave a speech trying to be normal-ish for him. I mean, it wasn't.
No.
And then he gave Rush Limbaugh the Medal of Freedom. But compared to what happens the next few days, he was great statesman, Trump. I mean, but he was at least. So they were like, you got to give something for the women driving the suburban team of children who play a sport through a Chick-fil-A drive-thru. Just try to act normal. And then the next day, he gets acquitted.
Yep.
And this is what you were saying earlier, Jackie.
Well, that's not new. That's what we were talking. It was, that's the new, yes, I understand you got to cover it, but everybody knew it's foregone conclusion. They're going to, like, all the newspapers printing that up, big words, acquitted. Like, what? We all knew. Like, nobody. All you did was give him something to wave around. You just
made a prop for the president.
That's all you did. Everybody knew he gonna get damn acquitted.
You don't need giant screaming headlines for a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
you don't need 48-point type. It's Wednesday. Like, we know.
Yeah,
this was happening. We were girding our loins for it. The most we were looking forward to was, like, is there a chance that they'll actually have witnesses? And we knew pretty early that wasn't going to happen. By the time all we were left with was like, maybe Mitt Romney will do something. And that was all we got.
Which, in itself, I have to say, under the circumstances, was slightly surprising. That should have been the headline on every newspaper: Romney votes to acquit, or not acquit, convict. That's a headline for, like, what the hell? But acquitted, we all know it.
He still sucks, so. But everybody on Fox tried to get mad and make, like, Romney, like, nobody will talk to him. Nobody's talking to Romney to begin with, honestly.
There are more people talking to Romney since he did this than before, I guarantee you. Maybe not all the people he wants to talk to, but no. Nobody was talking about Romney until it did. The only reason anybody was ever talking about Romney for any reason, outside maybe if you're in Utah, maybe you give a damn, was just like, he might do this, he might do that.
But he was the only one that did anything.
Yeah, he is. Wound up being.
So when Trump rounds the Mormons up into camps, I guess they can thank Romney.
What was it? Which one? I think we ought to talk about this. What, Alaska Murkowski, she said, yeah, we already did. Yeah, she said, it's a mess. None of this is fair. It's all partisan, all this stuff, so I'm just going to make it worse. what Colin said she's disappointed or whatever. Again, probably for the 200th time. I'm disappointed in his actions, but I'm going to waste of time talking about any of them. It's all what it is. But keep going. That's not even a highlight. That's just a acquitted. What happened the next day?
So then the next day in the morning, I believe my timeline is correct, there was a national prayer breakfast, which is always funny when Trump goes to the national prayer breakfast. Although people don't care. People at the national prayer, we're the ones sitting outside going, can you believe he doesn't know Corinthians? He said 2 Corinthians again. He's making a mockery of the Christian faith. The Christians in there love it.
Love it. Every minute of it. Of course, I guess they get, they all they've ever listened to for so many years is just, preachers. Now you get a showman up there. Maybe that's more entertaining for them. I don't know.
I mean, he's not David Copperfield.
Well, no.
He's just an idiot. Just a bad attitude idiot.
That's what they're like now.
A racist, bad attitude idiot.
That's what they're like. Not that I ain't saying there ain't no preachers that are that. There's plenty of them that are that too, but nobody compared to him nowadays.
So the prayer breakfast was crazy because that was sort of a revenge themed, right? I would say.
I didn't watch it, but yeah, he just run down like, I'm gonna get them, and I'm this SOB, and I'm gonna take that. Oh, you just wait and see. Yeah, that's all it was.
I think part of the problem is I get his victory lap speech that went on for like 7 hours, and his national prayer breakfast speech mixed up in my head. That's a problem if you actually care about praying. Like if you like prayer, but you can't tell the difference between what the president said at your prayer breakfast and what he said when he was talking about thanking everybody for lying and covering up his crimes, there's a problem.
Yeah.
With religion, the country, the president, probably the food at the breakfast. I'm going to guess. Couldn't have been that great.
No.
So they did his victory lap speech. I think, now I might be wrong. Maybe we should talk to somebody who pays attention to the news on this podcast about the news. But I think that the prayer breakfast was more revenge themed. That's when he bashed, that's when he bashed Romney. Said when people use religion.
Yeah.
Hide in religion to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like if he would, everything he says about other people, if you put it in a book and said it was about Trump, sometimes he's pretty insightful.
Dead on.
Yeah. Bullseye. A really astute observer of human nature. If you took what he says about everybody else and made it about him. So the Trump victory lap speech, then the Friday night massacre, they're calling it, the flushing out of the pipes where he fired
that don't make
everybody named Vindman.
That
everybody named Vindman or who slightly looks like Vindman.
Now, last thing I'm trying to do is defend the president in any way, especially concerning this stuff. But they were twins, right? That if he hadn't fired his brother, that would have gotten confusion. If they work in the White House and they're twins, somebody's like, well, he need to go ahead and fire him too. I mean, maybe it wasn't just out of spite. It could have been out of genuine, that's going to confuse the president at some point. He's going to come across and he's going to have a fit. So you get rid of one, get rid of both.
That's true. Maybe he thinks all twins have like a psychic link.
That's true, too.
Or like if Vindman's twin was looking at top secret documents, then fired Vindman was like, or maybe if he's like jammed his elbow in the desk, the other Vindman's like, ow. I don't know what Trump thinks about twins. I mean, I do know what he thinks about twins who are like blonde and on calendars.
All right. Everybody on the news called it Friday Night Massacre. Now, Saturday Night Massacre with Nixon, that was the beginning of the end for him. This is, tell me if I'm wrong, this is the exact opposite of that, is it not?
Saturday Night Massacre was Nixon trying to fire people, right? He fired up to a point.
To a point. There were some people who wouldn't do what he wanted him to. Yeah, it was one time people had integrity and gave a damn about the Constitution back in.
It's not what you generally think of when you think of the 70s.
No, you don't, but I trade it for now. Never thought I'd say that.
Saturday Night Massacre, he was trying to keep from getting fired, getting voted out, getting the damn impeachment. So he tried to fire everybody he could.
But that was when finally the Republicans went up against him. That was when, all right.
Friday Night Massacre, they give him everything he wanted. He's not getting impeached, and he's firing everybody.
It's the opposite. It's the end, not the beginning.
So then we go down to the damn
tipping point, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
The damn debate.
I didn't look at much of it.
People like Amy Klobuchar, which lets you know that we are in late stage Democratic primary season. It's finally the Klobuchar second look. That means things are about to wrap up.
She's earned it. Let her have it. Enjoy the spotlight while it's here. And then next week, just like we said, just claim you got the nomination.
Said you did it.
Yeah.
Said you did it.
I did it. Did you not see the last debate? We determined it then.
So you got New Hampshire coming up Tuesday. So we'll know more.
Now, Sanders going to get that. He got it when we was there last time. He won. That's where he got Hillary out.
There is a Buttigieg surge.
Is that everywhere?
In New Hampshire, I believe. Some polls have him surging. I don't know if surging past Bernie, but like definitely solidifying a.
So who do you knock out? So it's not about who stays in. It's not about who wins. I think at this point in New Hampshire, somebody got to drop out. Somebody like, I ain't got the money for this anymore.
Well, if Buttigieg, none of them have no money.
I know that
they're all broke as hell.
Well, if
no, that's not true. The billionaires have money.
Steyer got lots of money.
Bloomberg got money, and Bernie Sanders has money.
Bloomberg's like, I'm gonna go to debate. Now, I got money. Well, I got to go do that.
And Buttigieg has money. I'm guessing from his 40 cave billionaires.
But he and Sanders are probably safe. They're gonna stay in it.
Because if Buttigieg wins New Hampshire, you could say that the people in South Carolina who have been liking Bernie Sanders might take who have been liking Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, yeah.
Hard to tell them all straight.
I know it.
And then just based on looks and age and liver spots, not based on damn policies. So Joe Biden, if he starts losing points in South Carolina, then maybe Buttigieg gets another look. Maybe somebody else does. Maybe it's Klobuchar time.
I'm fine with that. That sounds fine. I tell you, it happens about the time you want it to, actually, because like you sick of the rest of them, it's all about them. Klobuchar. I mean, I think that's how it works out, isn't it? Like,
I think they probably all try to stay in as long as they can this time, except they are running out of money. It really is money, but Elizabeth Warren said money lost them. That Kamala Harris, money lost them. Cory Booker, money lost them. Most of them.
Yeah.
And some of them were like, we ain't got a chance here. And I mean, Cory Booker probably said the same thing. But money did keep a lot of them from being factors towards the end of the race. And now, if you're going to lose if you're going to lose Biden, money is going to, unbelievably, money will play as big a part in losing Biden as anything else. Somehow he'd have to stay in after South Carolina, and that's another thing dragging him down. And also just his personality. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, just him being him.
So this is fun times. It's fun time.
Did we get through it? Is that the way we did it, didn't it? That's all the whole...
Well, there was a picture of him with the spray tan face. And then there was him, basically what Graham said that... This is a fun chat. This is really a human centipede of awfulness. Lindsey Graham said that.
Department of Justice. Bill Barr has made it okay for Giuliani to provide the Department of Justice, with any information that he has.
Yeah.
On the Bidens and whatnot. And also the Treasury. Remember the Treasury, they demanded GOP, like, can we see all of his? Let me see all of his taxes, everything, all that money. Sure, here you go.
Really? Because they wouldn't give him nothing from
Trump? No. They could. It's different. One's a citizen.
Yeah, who doesn't matter.
Who does not matter. Nobody cares about. And the other's the President of the United States. So you have to, those are factors, I think, probably, with Bill Barr and the National Treasurer, who the Mnuchin, Manchin, whatever his name is. Yeah.
I don't like Bill Barr?
No.
Bilbo Barr, but I do not wish a phone call from Rudy Giuliani trying to explain what Hunter Biden did in Ukraine on anybody, even Bilbo Barr.
Guess what happened this week? Guess what I got for you? This is a hot take here. Is he tell him he needs to pick up? I'm sorry, Mr. Barr is busy. Well, tell him I'll hold, because this is something else. You won't believe what I found over here.
I'll just sit right. He's out. He's out, huh? I'll just sit right here in the corner of the lobby. I'll just make my mouth bigger until he gets here.
You don't know how many Ukrainians had to die for me to get all this paperwork, all of this information I got on Hunter Biden.
You wouldn't believe how many steak dinners I had to eat with Russian thugs and enforcers.
They literally made me take a photograph with every oligarch and criminal underground leader in Ukraine in order to get this information. That's what I had to do in order to get this to you. Numerous selfies with me.
I've been shacked up with Miss Ukraine October 1996. I've been cooking her eggs every morning. So I'm really excited to see where this investigation goes.
Uh-huh.
It's sad that this is what's happening in America, but it is what's happening. It is sad, so.
If I'm curious about this, because I guess they've already built it up where it's like a Hillary lock her up thing at this point. Because I was going to say, after if you know, the next, if Biden ain't looking, which he already ain't looking good, but if it's looking worse, if he ain't running anymore, they're going to keep this up. At first I said, well, no, but now I guess it's such a talking point on Fox, they just got to take, I mean, they can't let it go. They got a new boogeyman there, don't they?
Yeah, Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden
corrupt.
is the...
Emoluments don't matter. Trump's kids doing whatever the hell they want don't matter. But Hunter Biden, for some reason, does matter. Is this just people know that there's a lot of horrible stuff going on, but they can't bring themselves to admit that the person they voted for is responsible for it, and yet they still want to see somebody pay for all this corruption that they themselves have ushered in, so that they have to make Hunter Biden pay for some reason?
That sounds about right. Well, you hear that music there, you sure know what that means. That's right, it's Oscar season again. It's today, right? It ain't season, Oscar day, right?
Well, by the time people hear this, it will done be over. More than likely. So
we'll see what, which would. But
good timing on our part,
right? Well, if you're gonna do it, at least it's done.
Well, people like to. One thing about the Oscars is when they're over, they live on in our psyche. So people will enjoy hearing about this for the next few weeks.
All right.
Well, so I say find this podcast wherever you find your podcast. Remember February 9th, 2020, the day of the Oscars.
This is when this happened, when we talked. But the music means it's a Jackie and Dunlap's 2020 Oscar picks. And it's brought to you by today's sponsor, Dr. Satellite's Pet Mess Protection. That's right, Dr. Satellite's Pet Mess Protection. You won't spray this. All animals, everybody knows, has an accident now and then. It's just, if you have an indoor pet, it's going to happen. Not necessarily their fault, but these sort of things happen. And you won't take this Pet Mess Protection. You won't spray it on the carpet, spray it on the couch, the chair, wherever the accident happens. And it's for all accidents that animals have, mouth mess, rear mess, or middle mess. That's Dr. Satellite's Pet Mess Protection bringing to you today's Jackie Dunlap Oscar picks. So we're going to start here with this is Best Actor in a leading role. First one is Antonio Antonio Banderas, Pain and Glory. Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver, Marriage Story. What's this? I know who he is. What's it? Walking Phoenix. That's Joker. We saw that one. And last but not least, Jonathan Bryant, Two Popes. So Dunlap, which one are you gonna say?
It's what?
I guess winning or something.
The winner?
Yeah.
Or the best one of them?
I thought nobody cares what we think. It's who the wins. We either get it right or we get it wrong.
How many of these have you seen?
Yeah, I saw Joker. We saw that one. I wouldn't care a whole lot for it. That's it. So I don't know.
So I guess him.
Okay, Joker. Joaquin Phoenix. That's right. And of course, this is brought to you again by Dr. Satellite's Pet Mass Protection. You got a little cat, you got a little dog. Everybody knows that they go, of course they go to the bathroom, but something can happen in the kitchen, the living room, wherever.
What is middle mess?
Huh?
Middle mess?
It's mouth mess, which is middle mess. What is middle mess? Mouth mess, rear mess, middle mess. What is middle mess?
I don't know. I thought maybe you would have found out.
No, mouth mess is when you throw up, right? Mouth mess, and rear end is when you go to the bathroom. Is middle mess, is that pee? How's that the middle? You no help to me, are you?
Did they give us both $25?
Huh?
Did they give us both $25?
No, just give us one.
Well, why are we losing money this week?
The Oscar thing was supposed to be different, but they ain't giving us no money. Hell, I don't know. It's just different. We're doing Dr. Satellite's Pet Mass Protection. They said, y'all want to do a little Oscar thing. I said we might do something. And then they gave us $25.
I remember when Dr. Satellite used to sell satellites, but then after everybody got Netflix, he's like, I got to find another line of business.
What is it?
He used to sell satellites, and now everybody's cutting the cord. He used to remember back in the 80s, them big dish satellites?
Oh, yeah. Now it's direct TVs. They'd give it up now, right? Not the big one. The big one looked like a space satellite.
He did the little one. He said nobody wants to see the little ones no more either. Now everybody's just watching Amazon Prime.
Well, it used to be, you have those big giant ones in the backyard, and it looked like you was at NASA or something like that. Yeah. Most of them go to waste.
It's going straight up watching Playboy Channel. Remember?
Well, I didn't watch that, no.
You drive around and see who was watching Playboy Channel by where the satellite was pointed.
What?
And they'd say, can't you hide this under, behind a sign or something? He said, I ain't Dr. Sign. I'm Dr. Satellite.
Dr. Camouflage. Not him, Dr. Frank. You camouflage it is what you do, the satellite in the back.
But now he sells pet mass protector, so...
You spray it where the animal may go to the bathroom, which you never can tell where that's going to be. If it's an accident, you don't know.
He might change his name, but then he'd have to get the diploma on his wall changed too.
What is middle mess? It doesn't say here. It's mouth mess with that. That's when they throw up. Yeah. Rear mess, go to the bathroom. Middle mess.
I don't know. I don't know what middle mess is, Jackie, but I know that the category for best actress is heating up.
Let's see here. Who is it? Best. I'm looking. Hang on. Give me a second. It's on this thing. Actors. And then it's women. Cynthia Erivo from Harriet. Scarlett Johansson. Marriage Story. Sois. So is Ronan, Little Women. Charlie Theron, Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger. Judy.
Okay, how many of them have you seen?
I don't guess I've seen any of these.
Name them again.
I just sent the Ervo,
Harriet.
Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story.
Yep.
Suez Ronin, Little Women.
Uh-huh.
Charlie Theron, Bombshell.
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger. Zellweger.
Yeah.
Judy.
Now, you like Cold Mountain.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
I like Cold Mountain, yeah.
So her?
Which one is she in that?
She's, remember David Letterman, You Need Help, Here I Am.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he was in it, too, but yeah, I like her.
Yeah, he played that's where he got the idea for his beard.
Oh, okay. I need to look at it again. It's been a while, but I like Cold Mountain. Yeah, it's good Civil War. And if she's Judy then, right?
That mountain was cold, too.
Yeah, it was back in.
You don't get that just by the name of it. You don't know how cold that mountain was.
War is hell. You know, it's Civil War.
War is hell.
War is hell, but I tell you what makes war twice. You think hell hot. No, sir. Hell, cold as hell, up on a mountain, twice as bad. Oh, horrible.
Another thing that's horrible is when your pet messes all up and down the hallway carpet. And here come the preacher and his wife, and you know how she is. And she's going to see every inch of that mess.
And smell it, too. We haven't focused on the smell, any of those things, except middle mess.
Is that middle mess?
I don't. Well, mouth mess and rear mess can stink. We all know that.
We don't know if middle mess can stink.
Well, I don't know what it is, so I don't know if it smells or not.
Well, I tell you, you may not know what it is, but you know that you don't want it, and you know that one way to keep from getting it is Dr. Satellite's pet mess protection. Call up Dr. Satellite and say, hey, Doc, I got pets and they mess everywhere, and I don't know if I can take it anymore. He'll say, hang on tight, don't get too low. I'm on my way over with some of this pet mess protection.
Well, I just want to say, like, public warning or whatever, help. What do you call it? What do you want to give out when you try to tell people something they're supposed to know? If an animal is messing regularly a lot, like the way you described it, like if it really is all down the hall, you want to call Dr. Veterinarian before you call the Dr. Satellite afterwards when you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
But actually supposed to put it on before the animal makes a mess. It's protection. You put it on
next
before.
Time.
Well, yeah, but call the veterinarian first.
Yeah, because Dr. Satellite will tell you, I ain't Dr. Veterinarian. I ain't Dr. Sign. I ain't Dr. Camouflage. I'm Dr. Satellite, and I'm here in the business of pet mess protection.
That's it. That's all that he can provide for you. But it is a good product if just because accidents happen. Like a dog's got to go to the bathroom. You don't get home in time, take him out or whatever. It's going to happen. It's on you, but still be prepared because you know you're going to mess up. I'd hate to blame the animal.
If you know you're going to be late, spray us everywhere you can. Just give the whole house a good dousing.
Yeah. Spray it down because you're going to have to clean the mess up. We all know that. Everybody's got to clean it up. You can't leave it there. Like some people, I know you, when you had a dog for a while, you'd let it sit there. And
hell, I let my own mess sit there.
Well, most people know better. You need to clean it up. So if you're going to clean it up, it's going to be, I think he says, it's 50% easier cleaning up a stain from a mouth mess, rear mess, middle mess. 50% easier to clean than without Dr. Satellite's pet mess protection. So yes, make sure you get some sprayed down. It's going to take a little time off. Take a little less elbow grease, getting that mouth mess, rear mess, or middle mess up. What?
Speaking of elbow grease,
yeah,
nobody works harder in America than filmmakers.
Oh yeah.
Hollywood has provided us with a bounty of Best Picture nominees this year. And even if it's Tuesday morning, you run around getting the kids a toaster strudel, and you remember you got taekwondo that night, and so you're like, well, I won't be home till late. I better give this house a good dousing of Dr. Satellite's pet mess protection. Oh, and shit, I also need to go buy Redbox. What will I watch? A safe bet for a film you'll enjoy is one of these motion pictures that's up for best album.
Best picture. They're going to find out tonight. It'll be late tonight. You wait and read about it in the morning. I ain't going to stay up that late to find out. But these movies here are up for the best picture. This is Ford v Ferrari.
You're a regular Shadow Stevens.
What?
Didn't he used to read things off at things?
The Irishman. Jojo Rabbit. What's that? I like that. I like rat. You know.
You like rabbits and you like funny first names.
Jojo Rabbit. And then Joker. I saw that one. Yeah. Little Women. Marriage Story. 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Parasite. Which one of those going to win, Dunlap?
Which one you want to do it?
Huh?
You like, hell, I don't know.
I didn't like Joker. I don't want that one.
1917 is a war.
All right.
Okay.
That's the first war. That's one. World War. That's the old one.
World War One.
The first one, the oldest one. The oldest World War. There's wars before that. But World War 1917.
Did you see Ford v Ferrari?
I know.
I wonder if in that somebody goes, fix or repair daily.
Huh?
You know how they say that. So 1917, that's the best picture goes to.
Well, that's not diverse enough, is it? We're supposed to be diversities now, which is good. I ain't saying that.
Well, they don't always do it right.
Little Women. They're going to be a bunch of men in the war, and that's not the men's fault. That's the way it was back in 1917. They wouldn't let a woman fight. If it's war, if it's the oldest one, it's nobody's fault. But that's just, someone decided the women. But what is Little Women? That's old too, right?
Yeah, white women.
How old?
Parasite ain't even from this country, and it's against capitalism.
What is it?
Parasite?
Parasite sounds like a monster or something. What? A worm.
You might see, speaking of parasites, if you're walking through a big puddle of mess in your home and you see some wriggling and some squiggling, be like, well, shit, I should have called Dr. Veterinarian. But it ain't too late to call Dr. Satellite, get him on the phone, and say, there's mess everywhere, and I can't get 100% of it cleaned up. So you can get about 50% cleaned up if you had.
It's 50% easier. It ain't you can't get it all up. Everybody can get it up. It's 50% easier.
If that was true, we wouldn't be selling Viagra pills, huh?
If it's got...
Get it?
If it's got little worms in it, that could be a mouth mask or a rare mask. That could be either one of those.
Who do you think's going to talk about worms tonight at the damn Oscars?
Oh, who knows? I don't know. Somebody's mad about it. If Parasite wins, I reckon they would, wouldn't they?
I guess they would. Talk about taking better care of your outside pets.
Would metal mask have worms in it?
It'd be a big clue as to what it is.
Yeah. Well,
if
either
your
way,
middle mess has worms in it, give us a call. Let us know what it is you think you're looking at, because we can't call. And honestly, I just texted Dr. Satellite, and he ain't responding.
Well, he's probably busy. The dog's going to the bathroom all the time.
Well, the thing is, and also people still call him when they can't get their Dish Network to work.
So he could be doing either one, I guess. Who still has that stuff? You said nobody has it no more.
People got them dishes and them directs, but they slowly fading out. And people get them little computer things, and they watch everything on the computer, but on the TV, like Netflix.
Does he fix that too?
No, he says that he don't know how to do that. That's above his pay grade. He says it's like when you take a car to the mechanic, and they say this shit's got too much computer in it.
Yeah.
I like a thing. You look in the engine, it looks like there's 3 things in there. That's about how I can do it.
Well, one thing I know he can do is take 50% out of work of your animal's mouth mesh, rear mesh, or middle mesh with Dr. Satellite's Pet Mesh Protection. Sponsor for today's Big Jack and Dunlap Oscar pick section.
And look, like he said, from 1983 until today, he is a real doctor.
No. If your animal's sick and just going everywhere all the time, you need to get
No, he ain't a veterinarian.
No, we ought to make that clear. But if he's doing that and you're just cleaning it up,
he did internal medicine.
You need to do more. You need to take the animal.
Him a veterinarian.
This for cats and dogs too, and I guess other stuff.
If you got a stomach issue yourself, like a human disease, he might be able to give you some advice, but he doesn't like to do it. Number one these days is pet mesh protection. Number two is maybe he can, if you're having some problems like with your Hulu, and then he doesn't like to do it. And number three is if you've got like stomach cramps or blotches.
All right.